Well, welcome Scorpio. Welcome back to PeonyLore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. This is going to be for the sun, moon, and rising signs of Scorpio for the remainder of the month of September, but also into the beginning of October. This reading is meant for 30 days, okay? As I've done in the past couple of readings, we're going to do a simple 9-card spread. We're going to do present. We're going to talk about your strength position. We're going to talk about hidden influences. And then we're going to do a card specifically for each of the different elements. We're also going to do a past energy, which is items that you're still working through. And then the future card, again, this is meant for 30 days so that we can get into the base of what we need to do. Then each of the element cards is going to receive its own little oracle that sits on top of it to get a little bit more support and information. And before I start the base reading, we actually have 5 cards here that they wanted me to get through, Scorpio, for all of us. And I say us because Scorpio is heavy in my chart. So as I've said before, I very much take heed to all of the different signs, my sun, my moon, and my rising, to get the information from Spirit in. The most common way is to find the common themes that are between, if you're ever doing cross-watching, is to find the common themes. That's definitely a message that you're meant to hear, but obviously you take what's for you and you leave the rest. That really is honestly true. If it doesn't ring true for you, then it's not you. It's not your message. It's meant for someone else that's appearing, okay? So, ooh, this is actually some really good cards here. Okay. I am not mad at some of these cards I'm seeing down here, not gonna lie. Okay. Yeah. And the future card. Oh. All right, universe. Ooh, take all of them. Oh, that's going to be a big one. All right. Well, we're going to leave those 3 there. No need for clarifiers in this particular round. But they did say that if I was going to do one, it would be the Sun card overall for Scorpios here. Woot, woot. Are you serious right now? Wow. Fame and victory. I can already tell you right now with some of the cards that I'm seeing here that that's absolutely what's going on here, which is the reason why they didn't need to show it, and they haven't had me typically do it because there's enough detail, but damn. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little gobsmacked by that, but we're going to go ahead and move on. The first card that we wanted to pull out here is from the Angels of Atlantis deck, excuse me. We have Archangel Raphael with Earth Force, okay? So the opportunity is, now I'm going to say this because many signs, especially the water signs, are very dialed in and tuned in spiritually from the moment that they're born. It just is what it is, okay? Obviously, there's some air signs that have it dialed in. Everyone has the capability of doing it. However, in meditating, what I was told as far as the Scorpios was that there would be a lot of communication about connection. So anyway, Archangel Raphael, talking about the Earth Force, okay? So Archangel Raphael comes from the east of air with communication. He's also a physical healer, but there's a lot of physical healing that's going on with the Earth itself. I love the fact that if you can, well, it's kind of hard to tell on this card, but there's a lot of like little crop circles that are down here. Light language within these crop circles, that's exactly what they are. Oh, kitty, come here, kitty. But there's a lot of energy that's coming through right now, and Archangel Raphael is part of that as far as healing some of the different things that are going on with Earth itself, Mother Gaia herself. But there's an opportunity for some of you to tap into what that is. Okay, so that's that one. Now, from the Healing Angels deck, we have a card that talks about workshops and seminars. It says, attending and giving speeches is a part of your spiritual path and purpose, so be open to teaching and learning. This is also Archangel Raphael. If you need to attend a course, if you are needing to get somewhere, you can literally ask Archangel Raphael to support you with the means, the cost, covering the whatever the cost of the travel is, the books, whatever it is that you need. Call on him, because if some of you Scorpios are contemplating getting down with some of this information, he's very strongly present here, Scorpio, and he's saying, you need to get down with these workshops and seminars. So if there's something that's calling to you, make sure that you ask him for what it is that you need so that you can attend that course. Okay, it's part of your spiritual path. They will take care of you. The other card that's coming from the Angels of Atlantis is Archangel Sandalphon. And this card is evolution. So the evolution is actually twofold. Archangel Sandalphon is responsible for the Earth grid itself. So there's the galactic grid above, and then there's an Earth grid below, and there's a bunch of stuff. If you're down with the Earth grids, you understand what I'm talking about, you understand what I'm talking about. If you don't, ping me and I'll give you some more information. However, Archangel Sandalphon is not only talking about the evolution of Gaia herself, she's also talking about the evolution of your own individual self. So you are continuing to rise higher and higher. You're starting to receive more spiritual gifts, and a lot of it is earthen bound. Again, Archangel Sandalphon is responsible for the Earth grid, so I think it's not a mistake that Raphael is talking about Earth Force, and that there's some other things going on with evolution. If you're like me and you've really experienced these heavy energies, oh man, since summer, it has just been cray with the number of downloads and things like that. But grounding is also a really good thing that needs to happen when you are starting to receive a lot of those downloads and whatnot, to make sure that you're not burning your own physical self out. Like, put that energy back into the earth. Touch a tree, hug a tree, sit on the ground, touch rocks, walk on the beach, do whatever you need to do, but get that energy physically out of your physical system and into the earth itself. Now, the other card that comes up from the healing angels, wow, this is so interesting. Okay, so if any of you guys have Scorpio and Gemini within your chart, you may want to take a look at the Gemini reading I just did, because the fairies are specific. So in the previous reading, the fairies were saying talk to the angels. The angels in this reading are saying talk to the fairies. But what it's saying is that you have a strong bond with the fairies, and your life purpose involves helping Mother Nature. So it's not a mistake that these cards come out the way that they do. I don't have time to be flipping and looking forward stuff. I just do my prayers, invocations, and stuff off camera so I can save a little bit of time, although I'm running at the mouth right now. Now, the final card that's coming out here is actually from the Sacred Geometry deck. So this is card number 8, and it's titled Shapeshifter, Inner Knowledge, and Ancient Wisdom. This is no mistake either, okay? So I will read the details of this card probably towards the end, because they said I needed to read the entire passage instead of just snapping the stills at this particular moment. So all of these sacred geometry points are sitting here on top of the flower of life. I mean, it's just a grid within a grid within a grid. It's really beautiful. If you're into crystal gridding and things like that, like I am, then you kind of understand what's going on here. But this is very indicative of the fact that your inner knowledge, you are really advancing when it comes to your own spiritual path and those different things that you're doing. You're really in touch with who you need to be in touch with, which is yourself and your angelic team, your guides, your galactic team. Okay, moving forward into the base. We have a lot of good cards here on the table. We have a lot of good cards on the table. In the present position, I'm just going to grab a sip. And I'm using my Thoth deck, which is really interesting because I never use this for public readings. It's always my private ones, but the Thoth deck is important because of the symbolism, and the wording changes from a standard traditional Rider-Waite deck or some of the other ones that were modified off of it. Traditionally in the Rider-Waite deck, you see the gal who's got the blindfold on, and then she's holding the two swords across like this, and there's the big moon shining on top of her, which is all great. And people call that being at a crossroads. Well, okay, but not really. The way I always learned it, which is indicative of what goes on with the Thoth deck here, is that you're actually at peace. So the Two of Swords is indicating that you are at peace with something presently, okay? You've either made a decision which matched between your head and your heart, and or you are letting spirit completely guide you right now, which is a very peaceful feeling for you. So there isn't necessarily any crossroads. You are actually at peace. You made a decision, or there's something that's coming to pass which is going to give you peace. So that's a wonderful feeling to be in, trust me. In your in your strength position, this is freaking awesome. We get the Six of Wands energy, and it's straight up called victory. And that's exactly what it is. Being seen head and shoulders above the rest. Anything that you want, you're being recognized for things that you should have been recognized before. So this is really, this is heavy, heavy, heavy Jupiter energy, right? And I got to put this out there because the retrogrades really did a number on us for these past 6 months. And Jupiter just went direct on the 11th of September. So where things may have been a little bit stagnant for self-improvement and kind of how you're brainstorming for inner growth and reconsidering a couple of different ideas and beliefs, now it's really going to be propelled forward. So what you've been holding inside, perhaps a little bit, is really starting to jump. And that's really a great thing. So this is your strength right now. So whatever it is that you're doing a fantastic job, and you're going to be able to harness the energy of what's going on here within this recent momentum, and really just go gangbusters with it. This is awesome. I'm loving this energy. So I'll claim a little bit of that for myself. Now, in the position of what you might need to know, some hidden influences. Something is coming for you, Scorpio, and it's beautiful. So the Ace of Wands energy is all about a new, passionate idea, creative project, potentially work for some people. But whatever it is, it's the very beginning of something new. Look at all this fire energy that's sitting here. Okay, look at all this fire energy, Scorpio. So obviously as a water sign, we need to have the balance as much as we can, but look at how much fire is here with this new Ace of Wands. So anytime you receive an ace, I think most people would know this is really is truly as a blessing. The universe is working in your favor to provide you with something. So you may not have an inkling that something brand new is coming. And if you're waffling on something that you may have some details about, this is strong. You can't mess with this. This is something that the universe is trying to give you, which is a blessing. Okay, so just, if you don't know, now you know. Okay, so now we're going to go into the actual element positions. So the first element that we're going to get into is air, which is our communication and our mental thought processes, really. But what's going on right now is the Four of Discs, or the Four of Pentacles, and this card is actually titled Power. So what's on your brain right now is money. Money, stability, right? Physical things. But it's solid. And I love the fact that in this communication thought process, your mental thoughts are really earth, air, fire, water. It's all things combined. It's having all the elements, and you are absolutely solid. So, you know, who wouldn't want to have that kind of information? Do you know what I mean? I mean, who doesn't want to have that feeling? But this is very, very strong. Now, there's no indication from anything else that I'm seeing here at the moment that's well, troubling me or anything else. But what I am, this definitely has to do with your physical assets. Okay, so, but again, this is in your communication, in your air thought processes. Okay, so you need to be aware of that. But it's heavy sun, solar, masculine power. So, you know, masculine power is responsible for the doing, where feminine power is more about the contemplating and the generation and, you know, the getting together of those different types of things. It is what it is. So Sun and Capricorn, very, 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 very powerful here. I'm feeling this very, very heavily. So the next the next element sign that we're getting ready to go into is actually the fire position. So your passion, your creativity, and your action. Now this one's interesting. I don't get twisted about this particular meaning. This is the actual Seven of Cups. Okay, so some people are saying that the Seven of Cups is, oh, it's confusion. You're mentally confused. I don't think that's exactly what it is. I think what it is that you've got a lot of opportunities that have been presented. And basically you're just being asked to pick the first one, start with one, and then go to two. Because if you try to overburden yourself with too many things at once, this card is called debauch, you will eventually not be able to get anything done because you're doing too many little teeny tiny things. So start with the first thing and then go to the second thing. Okay, so this is heavy Venus and Scorpio energy. So here you are, here we are. Okay, so in your creativity, your action, your passion, you're being asked to, with this emotional reality that comes up with those things that have to happen within a passion or a creative project, you do need to start with one and then go to two. So just, it's not overburdened. They're just saying if you try to do too much at once, it could be a little bit challenging for you to grab hold of everything. Now, we actually get into the position of Earth, realistic, physical, practical assets and aspects of themselves. Heavy, heavy Cancer energy here with this major arcana of the Chariot. Don't you love the imagery on that card? I just absolutely love it. So this is heavy Sagittarius, right? And the Chariot does talk about moving past things that have been challenging to you and like really gripping it and taking a hold of what needs to go on. And it definitely is a karmic card. So something that is meant for you physically in the physical, things that you can touch, taste, feel, physical things that you can have are supposed to be there. It is also about action. It's the driving force. It's heavy solar plexus energy where that creativity, well, I'm sitting here touching my solar plexus and you can't see it, where that heavy creativity comes from. So even though you might be scared about something or being hesitant about something that's physically going on in your earth walk here, realistic physical things, this is going to propel you so far forward. And it doesn't matter if there's bumps in the road, you're going to get past it. And this is very also swift action. Okay. So congratulations for what's physically getting ready to happen and change in your world. Okay. The position of water, our emotions, our relationships, our sensitivity, where we are very, very interesting that in our emotional element, we actually pull the Nine of Swords. No, this card is actually called cruelty. But the Nine of Swords is cruelty because you're doing something to yourself, right? It's self-imposed limitation. You're keeping yourself up at night, over anxious, not sleeping perhaps. You can't get these particular thoughts out of your mind. It's like analysis paralysis. You keep thinking it over and over and over again, and it's not really doing you any good. So basically give yourself an emotional break whenever I see this card come out, because you can't get anything from this. So this is really heavy Mars in... is this Pisces? No, it's heavy Mars in Gemini is what's going on. Now, I have to talk about the retrogrades. I have to, okay? So Mars, which was in Aries on the 9th, Mars was in Aries and it retrograded on the 9th, right? Coming out of that. So that attacks your energy. That attacks anger issues. That attacks inner frustration. That attacks your ability to be patient with things, right? So you have to be patient with yourself and don't put yourself into the analysis paralysis thought process, because you're not going to get anything out of it. Again, you're a human magnet, right? So whatever you think about comes to you, positive or negative. So which one do you want? Call it a day. I'm frustrated, write it down, journal, whatever it is that you got to do, kiss it up to God. But seriously, no one should be in this area. But whatever you're thinking about, it's almost done, because you're at the completion of something right now. Okay, if the 10 was here, it would be completely done, like all the way done. Now you're at that point where it's almost completed, right? So this cycle is very, very important to talk about specifically for all of us peeps. Okay, now we're going to go into the past position, and in the past position what we actually have is the Five of Wands. A lot of fire energy here. In this card it's titled Strife. Now what this is mini battles, arguments, being uncomfortable, conflict, whether it's external, internal conflict, whether it's you fighting with you about something, or someone is presenting themselves in a way that they're just being overly aggressive about a couple of different things. That's what you're still holding on to from August. And the reason it's presenting is because it's still in your energy and it's affecting these different areas. Now, although that you're at a peaceful position right now and that you are holding yourself up and there is something new coming, you're still carrying that through. So I have to say, without a shadow of a doubt, congratulations, because to get to the 5 and then graduate to the 6 with where your current strength is means serious work has been done on your behalf. So just shout out to all of you. Okay. Now I was very surprised, but I'm not surprised that we ended up getting 3 cards for our present position. So I'm going to just go ahead and get into it. Princess of Wands. Heavy fire energy, creativity, passion, and moving forward. This is forward momentum. Okay. So forward momentum with the project, having the strength to get through whatever it is that's getting ready to show up for you. We actually have swift information. We've got the 8 of Rods. Okay, so again, more heavy, fast information. The 8 of Wands is talking about swiftness as far as communication, messages, details that are coming through, ideas, and also more downloads that are coming down to you very quickly. So this is Mercury and Sagittarius energy, right? And so I got to say it, okay? Mercury went into Libra direct on the 5th of the month. So that affected reviewing and planning and preparing very much. Now it's driving forward very quickly. And then we get the 9 of Pentacles. And in this card, it's technically called gain. So there's gains all over the place. So the 9 of Pentacles also is indicative of earth, nature. It's also talking about being independent, but it's a very solidly based card. I mean, you're at the 9. So there are things that were on that tree of life that now you're able to actually pick and you can use and you can enjoy. But your independence is going to be I'm getting heavy independence from a prior situation. So you're going to be relieved and you're going to be more independent. And also, again, nature. The Nine of Pentacles indicates nature because it is an earthen energy, right? So there's that. I'm going to take another sip, and then we're going to get into the clarifiers here, starting with our starting with our air position, which is showing us the Four of Pentacles, our power, okay? Your thoughts are power. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, air. sorry. So in the position of air, we're going to utilize the energies of the fairies to kind of step forward and see what else that they can provide our Scorpios in our communication. What supports the Four of Pentacles, please, for our Scorpios for the next 30 days? Whoop. Thank you. Is it all of these? No, they said just the top one. Okay, so we'll take the top one. Thank you. Oh, come on. All right, so we have the card called Tree Wisdom. The Tree Dryad will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through sounds that it makes. So, okay, so while you're out and about, taking the advantage of this earth force and Archangel Sandalphon talking about you needing to ground a little bit, go hug a tree a little bit and get the information that needs to get got from the, information from the trees. I'm sorry, some people think it might be a little hokey pokey, but it is what it is. In our earth position, we are actually going to use our earth magic deck, and we're going to see what our earth magic deck has to support our chariot with as far as what's going on here. Our forward momentum, taking the bull by the horns, directing our lives. Chariot, heavy Cancer energy, heavy Cancer energy. Nope, one more, come on. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, oh my gosh. I think it actually is Taurus. So seriously, if anyone has Taurus in their placement, then you should probably go and take another look at that one. I'm pretty sure it was Taurus that actually got wind activation too. It could have been Sagittarius. Anyway, another sign in the same position got the exact same card. Wind activation is universe telling you it's time to go. You're being activated, you are being guided, you are being led to go do this next big thing, and they're telling you not to be scared. Put your big girl and your big boy underoos on, and let's do the damn thing, is basically what's happening. So you are being divinely guided in order to make a significant change, and you're being activated. So there's that. Okay. Now, in our fire position, and where we actually have the Seven of Cups, let's find out what the dragons would like to offer as far as communication for our Scorpios. Wow, that was fast. Whole buckets. Wow. See, okay, so we have the Alpha Dragon. This is a major card as far as this deck is concerned. It's like one of the highest cards you can get as far as order, right? So the Alpha Dragon is talking about harnessing the divine masculine power of creation. So you have all these grand ideas, which is great. They're all meant for you, but you have to start with one at a time so that they all don't fizzle apart. Energy from the masculine side in order to go and make things happen, right? So basically you're being asked to destroy the old, visualize your dream, and help to manifest a new world. So if you're a light worker, make sure that you're doing your earth work and, putting the blessings on the earth and those different types of things that you can do. If you're not an earth worker, if you're not a light worker, that's totally fine too. But anything that you do that's positive in life, regardless of whether you know it or not, you are a light worker because you're not being a jackahole. So the vibration that you carry is actually very positive for other people. And so thank you for that. That's a huge, major card. Seriously. Now, in the position of our communicate our emotions and our relationships and sensitivity, the water element, I was told that one of the angel tarot cards would actually be a better support with additional pieces of information. Okay, so I said they're telling me to keep both of them. Alrighty then. So the first card that we get is titled Inner Strength. Now, remember I told, well, maybe was I telling you or was I telling somebody else? in the original Thoth deck and in this particular deck, they follow the Thoth setup. This card is called Inner Strength. Okay, so this would be indicative of, well, the actual Strength card, more Leo energy. Okay, it's just in a different order as far as number because, again, Rider-Waite changed the order of things, whatever. At the end of the day, don't get twisted about that. But I want you to take a look at this number. Okay, so 1111, you're still being guided. You're definitely being guided. Or 1111. So you have great courage and kindness, and you may not realize how strong and powerful you are, but there's no problem you can't really solve. The compassion you so freely give to others must also be given to yourself. So please stand strong on your conviction. And if the answer is right to tell someone no, then tell them no. Okay? So holding your emotional self together. No sense in being in, craziness over here if you can shut that shit down. And the next card we get is embrace those around you, okay? This is a time of great spiritual growth for you, making it even more important to surround yourself with those who love and share your actual common beliefs, and be willing to accept help from others. You could find comfort in traditional solutions, or your heart may long to try out new ideas. Well, I don't know how many confirmations we need to get. I mean, the universe is just covering here. So we are going to use a different deck to clarify the past energies to see if there's anything else that we can use. And obviously we're going to have a few here for our future. So let me just see if I can move a few things around real quickly. So this five of Wands. What can we pull out for a Scorpio that might help tie a few things together? Let's Big Lebowski this moment, please. Wow. That was easy. All, they said. Okay, here we go. All right, we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, which means there was lack of communication. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, which means there was frustration. We have the Five of Cups in reverse. So 555. Wow. That's why your mind is on money right now. So 555 is very indicative of a fact. So 555 is indicative of the fact that there are financial changes coming, just in case you didn't know that. Also the Eight of Cups in reverse. So you were resisting leaving something, and then the moon finally showed up to give you a revelation. Okay? So something that was hidden before started to come to life. So you had some knowledge of it at the end of August, potentially here at the very beginning of September, but that's where all this detail is coming from. So it definitely had to do with communication. 555, financial changes coming up. Wow. Okay. Now, since we have three cards here, I'm going to lay them this way so that I can understand how they want me to check these. How do you want me to check these, universe? Okay. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius for sure. Female. Thank you. There was an emotional challenge with this individual in the past. You weren't ready. The opportunity that was supposed to be for you got taken away from you. It wasn't ready, but now the Knight of Pentacles is here to bring this new opportunity right to the forefront. So the Knight of Pentacles, as you know, is the slowest moving knight in the entire deck, but it is consistent and it is solid, okay? What about this communication, this Eight of Rods? No, I would prefer if you would, thank you. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups in reverse also indicates that there was, in the past, again, we're just talking about a few different clarifiers for this present position, but someone wasn't emotionally available, and it could have been you, Scorpio, that wasn't emotionally ready to hear what was going on. Is there anything else? All of these? 3 of these. Thank you. And then these 3 go here. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so not necessarily emotionally ready to take part in all of the swift action that was really getting ready to happen. There's the Seven of Cups again. There's the Seven of Cups again. Start with 1 and go to 2. The Five of Swords moment is over, okay? The Five of Swords is over. So where there was additional conflict where you were communicating or having to choose your words carefully, That's over. This Three of Pentacles is now here to help support whatever this Queen of Wands was, whoever this was, even if it was you. The trine of the Pentacles, that there is something new that is starting with this new opportunity. And it's coming in very, very quickly. And it will be solid, okay? Three-legged stool stands just as well as a four-legged stool. Now the gains that are here, we've got the Star. Oh my God. You've got the Two of Swords in reverse, meaning, again, you're clear. It's the same exact card here. God, universe, thank you so much. There's no resistance. There's no resistance, which is why you're at peace. There's absolutely no resistance what's going on with these financial gains. And now the only reason that the Judgment card is in reverse is because you just need to be careful with what you're doing with your new money. That's exactly what they said. Your investments are your own investments, but you can afford coming up here very, very quickly, Scorpio, to do some of the other things that you need to do. Just use good judgment when it comes to the investments. But you have so much good stuff that's getting ready to come. I'm taking a piece of this reading and I'm resonating with some of it for myself. I truly hope that you guys are resonating with some of this on your own self. Now what I'm going to do is finish reading this passage from the Sacred Geometry book. And let's see, number 8. Okay. Shapeshifter, card number 8. Inner knowledge and ancient wisdom. They told me to read the whole passage, so I'm going to go ahead and read the whole passage. I am able to shift my thoughts and perceptions to keep myself aligned with the ever-evolving energetic changes we experience on a daily level. A shapeshifter is someone or something that seems to be able to change form or identity at will. And even though as humans we cannot physically change from one form to another, we have the ability to shift our energy patterns by using different vibrations and frequencies to ultimately change our energetic body. Hello? Okay, we like that. So this card is presented today to show you that we have the ability to reach our desired outcomes by making certain changes in our thought processes and being more flexible. We can and will achieve our goals. Sacred Geometry. The Chicana or Inca cross can be found throughout South America in one form or another. Can I see it on here? It's translated, Shakna means bridge or stairway to heaven. Oh, that's cool. It connects heaven and earth, the spiritual experience and the physical experience together. It is a sacred and mysterious symbol which holds the key to many of the ancient knowings that connect us within the universe. It is found within much of the Andean architecture. Am I meant to read all of this? Okay, they said no. It's these three. The Chicana has many meanings, and its uses are very vast. It is mainly depicted as a 12-stepped cross with a hole in the center, and the hole is considered the center of Cusco, which depicts the navel of the Incan Empire. In Quechua, it is the navel of the universe. The 12 steps show duality as well as polarity. Okay. The Chicana is a portal and an activator for all things metaphysical. Holla. It is truly shape-shifting geometry, depending upon how you perceive it. The sacred geometry within the shape is vast. And the author is stating, and I know this from personal experience, I feel it important to discuss what I have been shown so that you can use these frequencies as a template and a tool for your own work and healing. God, I love spirit. They said connection. In my vision, I saw the Chicana being transformed to represent an octahedron, which started to counter-rotate like the Merkaba. As the Merkaba is a representation of mind, body, and spirit being in perfect harmony when counter-rotating in balance, the same goes for the Chicana. That being, it is a symbol to work with on all levels of our being to create the perfect harmonies through our lifetimes. Wow. Okay. So the rest of this has to do with the Fibonacci sequence, and it has to do with a couple of other different things. But what they wanted me to pull out specifically, as I can see this highlighted, people ask me sometimes, how can you tell what's going on? Because they highlight things for me. So the crystal suggestions that are being offered to you at this particular moment are apophyllite pyramids, selenite, clear quartz, and moldavite. Got them all. If you do not have access to physical crystals themselves, as I've said in a couple of other different readings, you can always use clear quartz to replace anything. Again, it talks about clear quartz. And if you can find a really good gemmy quality picture online, then you will actually be able to receive some benefit from it. Or there's a few people online that do online Reiki healing with crystals for free on YouTube, and you can get the benefit of those too. Now, the animal medicine, which they told me to bring out, was the owl and the condor. Okay. Which I find very interesting. Where they said on this card there's an owl that I overlooked. But there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. I see fairies, there's a lot going on in this card. I don't see the owl myself. Maybe it's because I need glasses. I do see a lot of beautiful imagery with this fairy card, but however, they're talking about Mother Nature. And so the owl medicine and the condor medicine specifically are there to be called upon in order to support you, because it does have clarity when it comes to taking information in and wisdom. Whew, okay, I got through all of that. All right, so I feel like really quickly I should just like try to sum up. Scorpio, you're in a really great position, and if you are scared about doing something and you've been twisting about trying to do something different, because clearly you just weren't ready to walk away from something in the past, and then all of a sudden you got a spark of inspiration because you got this moon in reverse energy, which revealed something to you. It got you really thinking about your money and where your stability was. You're in good shape. You went from the 5 to the 6. You have lots of different ideas. They're just telling you to start with the first idea so that you can put more passion and emphasis into it. Harness the divine masculine power, whether you're male or female. And then visualize your dream. Whatever happened in the past is the past. Now this is the future. So destroy the old past. And it looks like you're doing that. You're being activated. You're being called. Get on this chariot. Major Arcana, don't mess with that. And there's something beautiful that you probably are not necessarily expecting that's going to be an additional on top of whatever it is that you may already be currently aware of. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't keep yourself up late at night. Don't worry about anything, because why be cruel to yourself if you don't have to? Let it go. Let people help you if you need it. You're stronger than you think. Whoever this Princess of Wands was, potentially Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, and if it's not you in the energy, you weren't ready to be fulfilled at that particular moment. You weren't ready to take the ride at that particular moment. It was something from the past that's recurring, that's coming back up. I didn't see the 6 of Cups here, but that's okay. That's what they're giving me as far as energy, the Princess of Wands, and this is giving me the energy of the 6 of Cups. So something resurfaced from the past. And the communication on this is happening extremely quickly. This Queen of Cups was not emotionally available at that time, but the 7 of Cups is saying, hey, you've got lots of different options, but you're not going to have to fight, and it's going to be a new stable position for you as far as creating something new. 3 of Pentacles also indicates teaching. It also indicates, apprenticeship. So learning something from someone else. That marries very beautifully with this Raphael card here, talking about workshops and seminars. If you need that support, if you're being asked to get in front of people and make speeches and you need to take a speech class or whatever the case may be, call him. He will help you to get the funds that you need to cover that class. But at the end of the day, you're coming out with gains. The Star, wishes. This is also indicative of receiving more downloads and healings for yourself. Okay. Being in complete balance. All right. 2 of Swords, you're at peace, and they very specifically said when you start receiving these gains, just use good judgment when it comes to how you're spending and doing what you need to do. Not that you can't do what you need to do, but you had challenges in the past when it came to you're in this thought process of trying to be more stable. Now they're giving you that stability. You need to take advantage of that. And again, I was told most of the other signs did not require the bottom of the deck, but this is what you get at the end of the day. You get the Sun. So again, this is your life identity and purpose, conscious, positivity, success, fame, victory, self-esteem, freedom, and also travel. But it is really about your self-esteem. So everything that's coming, Scorpio, is really meant for you. Please call on whoever it is that you need to call on. You got Raphael, you got Sandalphon here. You got your fairies, you've got earth element folks that want to be able to work with you. Just call on whoever you think is going to be most supportive, but you've got this. I am so excited. I really want to know what's going on. I really want to know what's going on. But this has been a great reading. This is probably one of the longer ones because they told me there were so many other things coming out, and then they just really wanted to highlight this future that's coming up. I am really excited for people. So, okay, Scorpio, I'm going to get done talking here. If this was helpful to you, if you liked it, consider a like. Share it with someone. Subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified of when I upload new videos. Always make sure that you cross-watch your other signs. And if you are in need of personal support or a quick reading, my personal information is in the link below because I am very open to doing personals. I've been doing a lot of them lately to help people navigate energies and get information from their own spirits, spirit guides, and ancestors and angelic teams. This has been great. So again, for the next 30 days, if I'm just gobsmacked. I mean, this is badass right now. Totally badass. Congratulations, Scorpio. Keep doing what you got to do. Don't be scared. You got this. They got you. Get some nature. You're going to be all over it like 3 bums on a bologna sandwich. It's so awesome. So bye for now, Scorpio. Thank you.